Hello everyone, this is Raghu. Welcome to the Salesforce Trailhead video series. In this video, let's go ahead and see how we can use or access the data that we have created using SOQL and DML statements. So SOQL is basically like a way to query the database and get the results. And so in this scenario, we will go ahead and execute the following set of queries and try to get the data. So for this, all you need to do is again like click on launch and go to your Trailhead playground, and from there like go to the developer console. So we do have the developer console, and in the developer console, let's go ahead and execute these statements. So this statement, basically I just copied the statement, go to the query editor at the bottom and select the paste it. And here basically it says like select id and name and session underscore date underscore c level underscore c from session underscore c object. So basically what happens in this scenario is we are trying to fetch. Select means like it is trying to select all these fields from the session object. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on execute. So see here, you're able to see the ID of the record, the name, and the session date, and the level in which it is present, like beginner, advanced, or intermediate for three different records, which means like we have created three different sessions, and we're able to see all those three different sessions here. Okay, so this is basically a select statement for getting all the sessions. Now, copy the next one. In the next scenario, I'm selecting the same fields from the session object, but look here, I'm adding a where condition and I'm looking for only advanced. Okay, so where the level underscore c is advanced. So when I say advanced and click execute, make sure that in the previous scenario, we got all these three results. Now when I click execute, it only fetches me the records which match the where clause criteria. Okay, advanced, well and good. Now in the next step, let's copy this. So here I'm looking for fetching some fields from the speaker object. Look here, I'm fetching these fields from speaker object and order by the first name and last name. So whenever like we are fetching the data, we are trying to order, okay, sort it or order it based on the first name and last name. Okay, so once I click on execute, so did you see here, it executed and it gave me the records based on the first name and the last name, the order in which they are present. So this is one query, and let's go ahead and copy this one. And I say like this is a kind of query where you're fetching multiple records. Okay, let me go ahead and next I'm trying to, okay, that's fine. Okay, if you see here, I'm going to fetch the session. Okay, let me start from here, from session speaker underscore c. Remember we have created three different objects. So the three objects are session speaker and session speaker. So now I'm trying to fetch the data from the session speaker object. So in this session speaker object, from the session speaker object, I'm trying to say like, hey, fetch me the name of the session, then the session date, and the speaker first name and the speaker last name. And remember the underscore r, and we see that all the objects that we have created end with underscore c. But here, when we are using a reference, we need to use underscore r while writing this query. So whenever we are trying to fetch the data, so this is from the session speaker object, and this is like we are trying to fetch from the related objects. Okay, an object related to this session speaker object. So that is why we write like underscore r and order by the session date and the session name is what we do. So once we execute, now did you see here the session name, So right now, if you go back and see the previous scenarios where we have executed, we just wrote or we just associated one session, the Java session, with James Gosling. We did not associate the rest of the sessions. So we found only one matching record. So the Java basics on this date with this set of this speaker with the first name and last name. Okay. Now, in the next module, what we are going to do is we are going to create records from the developer console. In the previous scenarios, we have created records from the UI user interface. Remember, like we opened our application, the conference management application, and in the conference management application we went ahead, and if it is a session, then the Java basics or anything, sorry, if for the session, went ahead and say new, and this is how we try to create the session or a speaker from the user interface. But now we are going to create from the developer console. And just FYI for your information, like I've already created advanced apex in the previous scenarios. Like if you see the data, I have already created advanced apex, so I will be creating something different now. But let me copy this data, go to developer console, open the debug anonymous window, delete the code and paste it, and maybe here I say advanced Java. Okay, instead of that I say advanced Java and say execute. Okay, now I have executed. Let me go back to the view and click on sessions, refresh this. Did you see here it shows the advanced Java now here? And if you go inside this advanced Java, the level that I have set is advanced. Now in the next step, okay, let me go back and just quickly explain like what we did here. Open execute anonymous window. So this is a session object. So session object session, this is a reference variable equal to new session object of name and level is what I'm setting. So this is basically like creating a session object with this set of values, the name and level underscore c, these values, the field data, and then insert session. Whenever we say insert session, this is nothing but the object. I say like insert this object. The Salesforce in the background takes this object and puts it in the database. That is how you are able to see this object here. Now for the same object, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to update the session. So we understood how to insert an object using the Apex code, and now, or sorry, the SQL SOQL statement, and now we will try to execute the code again to update the session object. Okay, so copy this code, go to the developer console. So here I'm getting a session object, but see what is the criteria. I'm writing a query. Select the ID from session object where the name is, instead of advanced apex, maybe I can leave it as, or I can leave advanced apex as is, because right now we have an advanced apex also. So okay, so we have an advanced apex also here, which is at a level advanced level. Okay, so it is there, so it will fetch us a record, and then I'm changing the level from advanced to intermediate, and I'm updating the session object, which means now after I execute the anonymous block, once we come back and see the advanced apex, instead of a level as advanced, it will go back and update this as intermediate. Okay, execute this one, and just if you click on logs, every time anything happens, like if it is a success, it shows the success here. If not, error messages are shown there. And now go back to the advanced apex and just click on refresh. So if you notice here, the session name advanced apex, this record was updated, the level was updated from advanced to intermediate. Okay, so in this session we have understood like the basic concepts of SOQL statements and how to execute them. Just to verify the steps, so SOQL statements, how to execute them, how to use the developer console to insert the data and update the data. So once everything looks good, we should be able to get all the points. Yes, we got it. So in the next module, we'll be looking into more of an Apex triggers. Okay, thank you. Thanks for